Hello, everybody. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us. My name is Meredith Adams, and I'm the Assistant Product Training Manager for Matrix. A few housekeeping notes before we get started. If you have any questions as we go along, please do not hesitate to ask. You can type your questions in the chat box on your GoToWebinar toolbar, and they will be delivered to me. I will then ask your questions at the very end of the webinar. Also, we are recording this webinar. A link will be sent out to you later so you can access any of the information discussed today at your convenience. I'd like to officially welcome you to our Connected Solutions Tech webinar series hosted by Matrix Learning. Andy, Pirlot, Software Implementation Manager for Matrix Fitness, is our featured speaker today. He will be sharing an inside look at Personal Trainer Portal and how it can help you increase member retention, boost revenue, differentiate your business, plus so much more. Thank you very much for joining us today, Andy, and I'll let you get started.
All right, thank you, and thank you everyone for taking time out of your busy days to come and join us today for this presentation. So I am excited to walk you all through Personal Trainer Portal and really outline what it is that the product can do for you. Now, as we go through, I'm really going to focus in on two separate pieces that all work together, and that is both Personal Trainer Portal, the product, as well as the implementation process. Now, the reason why we'll be making mention to this implementation process is that that plays a critical role in ensuring that this product is built out in a way that is highly flexible and customizable to meet your unique operational needs. As Meredith mentioned prior, I'll be fielding your questions at the end of today's meeting, but do feel free to keep track and make updates on any of those questions that come to mind. For any questions that I'm not able to answer today, just due to time constraints, I will do my best to follow up with you all in a timely manner to ensure your questions are answered. As we go through today, I'm going to focus in on a few of the core pieces of the product. And so that's going to be our dashboard, which is what you're looking at currently, our training library, the roster, and the new assignments pieces. You'll notice other sections are available, and I'll make reference to those, but we won't focus too much time. Again, just to make sure we can really focus in on the core pieces of the product. Last thing to note before we actually jump in and start running through these different activities in the system is this upper right-hand corner. You'll notice that today I am playing the role of Julie, and I am a manager with access to multiple different facilities. So this product does allow you to jump between facilities if you have an organization with multiple. The other piece to note is that you can have different types of users in the system that will have access to only certain things. So for example, if you have managers, front desk, and trainers, each of them are going to need access to different things. So as I reference all of the activities here on the left-hand side, just keep in mind that not everyone would see all of these different activities. But with that, let's go ahead and jump in and start running through Personal Trainer Portal and talking through what it can do for you. On this home dashboard, you're going to notice 4 different sections. We'll go through each of those quickly. This top section, Interested. It allows you to see members that are interested in personal training but do not already have a trainer assigned. The purpose of this is to ensure that no one is slipping through the cracks. If someone wants a personal trainer, we want to ensure that they're able to get one quickly and easily. And this ensures that your staff are easily able to see that. This is really going to help to ensure that you're getting the most revenue possible. You're not losing out on any personal training revenue by not realizing that someone's never gotten the trainer they asked for. The middle section is in facility. This just really allows you to see who is currently in the facility, whether that be because they're checked in if we have various integrations, or just because they're actually logged onto one of the Matrix consoles. This is just going to be a nice way for you to see who's there so you can stop by and visit, really get that face-to-face time with those members. And the last section on the left-hand side, and the one I like to think is the most important, is the at-risk section. Now, what at-risk section does is it's going to show you members that have had a recent drop in engagement. As soon as that drop in engagement happens, whether it be because they're not completing assignments, not getting assignments, or just not coming into the facility, regardless of the reason, the system will automatically flag them and populate them into the home dashboard, as well as send out an automated email to any trainers assigned to that member. This is a critical piece in allowing this product to assist you with member retention. As soon as these members are flagged as at risk, they're populated here and you're notified of that. Just like above, it makes sure that no one is slipping through the cracks. The last section here on the dashboard is a quick schedule. This whole idea of the dashboard is to give you a nice at-a-glance view of your day. And so the last piece of that is seeing the schedule, where you can look at specific things that you have blocked off. The schedule is going to show both tasks and reminders, as well as assignments that you've given out to members. So here I can see from 9 to 10 that I have a reminder that I have a webinar going on. It's a good thing that I remembered that, otherwise you'd all be sitting and listening to a whole lot of nothing. The other piece of this, above and beyond the clock with the specific time slots here, is this little clipboard. This is going to show me anytime assignments. So let's say you gave a member an assignment to do, but didn't care when they did it, it would populate in that right-hand section as well. Now, with that, let's go ahead and move forward to a couple pieces that are a little bit more exciting than just looking at this dashboard. Although, of course, this is a critical piece to your business. Now, I mentioned that we wouldn't be going through the calendar much, but I'll give you a quick peek into this before we move forward. Just like that schedule on the right-hand side, you can see a very similar interface over here on the right. The difference being on the calendar, I can jump between days, months, or just weeks, and I can also switch users if I want to search for a separate user instead of only looking at my own schedule. So this can be a nice tool as a manager. But let's go ahead and move into the training library, which I like to refer to as the heart and really the core of the product. Now, this is a large piece of the implementation process. This is going to be configured and set up to match your specific needs. You'll notice as I do a quick scroll through the system here that you're seeing cardio equipment, strength, but this can be so much more. This could be classes, it could be challenges. I've even seen it utilized for things like nutrition plans. So there's a lot of flexibility within this exercise library. Now, as a starting point, if you were to purchase Personal Trainer Portal, you'd receive a standard training library that consists of what you see here. Again, it's about 100 to 115 exercises that do give you a wide variety of important pieces. Things like bench press, squats, deadlifts, as well as various accessory work, as well as some of our on-console workouts for our different pieces of cardio equipment. Now, the reason why this cardio equipment is listed out here is that this product does directly integrate with the cardio equipment as well as our new intelligent training console. So regardless of it, you're sending out a workout to be done on a treadmill or on one of the intelligent training consoles, such as a chest press machine, the members can actually log in and see exactly what it is that you've assigned to them to do. And I'll show you how that looks and feels in just a little bit when we get into the new assignment piece. But before we do so, let's take a look at what an exercise actually consists of. Now, as I'm going through the library, I can either scroll through, as you've seen me do, or I can utilize the search bar here at the top. The search bar will, of course, ensure that we're able to quickly and easily find exercises that we want to see. In this case, I want to look at our bench press. When I single-click and choose the pencil and paper icon, I'm able to actually go in and make updates to that individual exercise. This home page with the type field is where we determine what type of exercise is it that we've created. Of course, for bench press, it is strength. So we'll go ahead and leave that as is. Now, what this type field does is it controls what you see in the profile. So because it's strength, we see a nice setup here with each of our sets listed out with the weights, reps, and rest time for each. You'll also notice the machine type field here, where we could choose if this was going to an intelligent training console to ensure that the member is able to complete exactly what you assigned on that console. Now, we have default values already set here, but keep in mind, this is simply the template that we'll work off of later on. So if we wanted to leave these completely blank and just configure it when we actually assign it out, we could do that as well. For now, this all looks good, and as you can see, I have 3 sets listed out of 185 pounds for 10 reps and 60 seconds rest time. An important thing to note here is that it does currently list in pounds. However, there are settings, so this can be switched over to metric. So don't worry, for anyone not in the United States who wants to ensure this can do metric, it will show in either or. Our Details tab allows us to set up a title as well as a free text description. This description can be very important and useful for ensuring the member really understands what it is that you want them to do. However, you can take it even a step further in the Media tab, where you can upload images right from your computer, or you can have videos listed here at the bottom as well. All you do is drop in a YouTube URL, as you can see here, and now when you go to assign out this exercise, you're able to actually have the members view images as well as videos right on their phone through our mobile application or on any of the touchscreen consoles. Now, if I wanted to save any changes, of course I could do so, but I'll go ahead and just cancel out. Everything looked good as it was for that specific exercise. Now, these exercises are, of course, a critical piece in ensuring that we have the necessary and appropriate templates for each item, but we also have this Workouts tab right next to it. What Workouts does is it's going to allow us to actually aggregate together that information. So instead of having to go through and find all of the individual exercises for, let's say, an upper body focused workout, you can have a consistent workout program already built. This is going to do 2 things for your organization. One, it's going to assist your trainers with efficiency. It's going to make this process very quick and easy for them to assign out. And I'll show you how to do that in just a few more seconds here. But on top of that efficiency, it's also going to ensure consistency across your trainers. So each trainer is able to do the same things as what other trainers were assigning out. There are restrictions to that where you could set up and configure restricted items if need be. But overall, that standardization is really going to ensure that you have a consistent look and feel for each of your trainers. You can see here that I have just 4 workouts built out, but just like with the exercises, this is going to be whatever you want it to be. So you could configure this to be just a few starting point examples that we would provide that would go through things like upper body, lower body, and core workouts, or you could take it and go in whatever direction you would like. And as part of that implementation process, the Matrix implementation team would assist you in configuring that as needed. Let's go ahead and take a quick look into what an upper body focused workout looks like. By choosing that pencil and paper icon, I'm brought into our Edit Workout screen. And from here, you can see that a upper body focused workout consists of bench press, curls, tricep extensions, and shoulder press. If I wanted to edit, I could simply drag and drop and easily remove that item. Now, I call out drag and drop because this is tablet friendly. So if you want to utilize, say, a Surface Pro or an iPad, you'd be able to easily drag in those exercises just the same as I'm doing here on my laptop today. In the Customize tab, I can go through and set up predefined weights again. The way that this defaults in is based upon what you set up for the exercise. However, I could make updates to this weight if I want the workout to actually have different default values. We can add in an image. This will allow it just to be easier to find. Unlike the exercise images, which are going to be member-facing, the workout imagery is only for internal use, just for your staff. And then lastly, we have the title, of course, which we give it. You may notice the restricted box, and this is what I made a brief mention to prior. By choosing restricted, you can ensure that only certain trainers would see this type of workout. This can come in handy when we're looking at things such as senior trainers versus junior trainers. and what it is that they can each see and do. We'll go ahead for today and save off the changes to this workout that we've just edited to ensure that it has what we need. Now that we've done a quick look at both the dashboard, calendar, and training library, I want to go into the actual assignment creation to show you how quickly and easily you can set up an assignment for one or many of your members. The first screen that I'll see when I go to create a new assignment is the Clients tab. From the Clients tab, I'm able to choose one, a few, or even all of the members that we have at our facility. Again, we simply drag and drop the number of members that we need, and we can always remove as well. In this case, we'll go ahead and just assign this out to Jack Client. The trainer will always default in myself. However, if you are a manager, you could remove yourself and enter in your trainer if need be. On the Date and Time tab, we really have 4 different options in terms of how we set up and configure this. We could make it an assignment for a specific date, such as today at any time. We could set a date range, say today through end of week, or we could set a specific time, such as tomorrow at 8 a.m., or lastly, we could choose a specific time, specific date, but make it a recurring assignment. So by choosing once a week, I'm now creating 4 straight assignments for Jack to complete and blocking off both of our schedules for that time each week. Lastly, of course, we need to determine what are the exercises that we want the member to do. In this case, rather than scrolling through individual exercises, I'll choose that upper body focused workout that we looked at prior. However, I also want to add in a manual treadmill run that I'm going to configure for the member to complete. So by typing it in here, I'm able to easily find that exercise I need. Lastly, we'll set up the specific intervals and weights for the members to complete. As I made reference to earlier, this is directly integrated with our cardio equipment. So with the current configuration, after the first 10 minutes, the speed and incline would adjust to match what it is that you told the console to do. So it's a nice way to ensure your members are doing exactly what you assigned. Here in the strength field, you can again see all the defaults that we've listed out. We can see the weights that I put in, but of course, I can make updates to the weights, reps, rest time, or even remove sets altogether. The look and feel for the other items is just the same as we see here with strength. Once I've set up and configured all the weights appropriately, and I see what it is that I want to see, I will go ahead and create this series. By creating the series, a few things just happened. One, I'm brought into the members chart where I can see exactly what I assigned out to Jack to do. But also, Jack would have just received an email notifying him that he has a new assignment to complete. You'll notice here in the Assignments tab that we have a completed versus assignment field. This shows you out of the number of exercises you assigned, how many have they completed thus far. I just assigned these, so of course they're all blank. But if we scroll down into our history, I can see that he had an assignment yesterday. He completed 2 out of 4, and if I click into that exercise, I can see exactly what I assigned here on the left-hand side versus the results which appear on the right. So we can easily see that he increased the weights, and at the bottom provided feedback. I have a little snoozy emoji face saying it was too easy. I had to increase the weight each set, challenge me more next time. So now we know as a trainer we need to go harder at this member to ensure that we're really getting the most out of them. Same thing with leg press. We can see it's been completed out, weights entered and feedback provided. And then the last 2 items have yet to be complete, which is why they appear to be blank. The last couple items to cover today is what you can track in the members chart. And once we go through this, I'll jump over into questions that you all have. The Client Details tab is going to allow you to track a variety of information, such as their date of birth, body fat percentage, blood pressure and heart stats, as well as measurements here on the right. Again, keep in mind, this can be imperial or metric. You can enter in basic demographic information, such as address and phone number, as well as keep track of what trainers are working with any given member. So now I know that Jack is working with Andrew Pirlot, myself, Julie, and Mark, new trainer. But I can, of course, make updates if I need to remove a trainer or add in others. And then lastly, here at the bottom, there's just some general preferences. And here's where we can set up things such as language and units. Now, for anything that we weren't able to track in that client details or assignment piece, we can enter into our Notes tab. And this is where we have a free text box that we can insert things, such as fitness assessment questionnaires, as can be seen here, or more general notes, such as this member has arthritis. The last thing to note in the members chart is this upper right-hand corner just below my name. From here, I can also create an assignment for Jack. This is the box that indicates that Jack is interested in training. The reason why Jack is not on the dashboard now, though, is that as you can see here, he already has a trainer assigned. So our system utilizes logic to ensure that list on the dashboard is up to date and accurate. The last button in the upper right here is Deactivate User. Now, the reason why it's called Deactivate and not Delete is that all it does is remove them from the front end of the system. However, we keep all that information stored in our database. So if Jack needs to be added back in later, you'll be able to easily do so. Now with that, we have gone through the dashboard, calendar, training library and roster, as well as how to create an assignment and exercise. We skipped over a few items in the interest of time, but if anyone does have questions, I'll be happy to address those as well. But with that, I want to jump over and actually go through our question list.
All right, we have a question from Alex Lane. He's asking, are additional licenses required for multiple facilities, or does one PTP license cover all?
Yeah, great question, Alex. So PTP, Personal Trainer Portal, is a facility-by-facility charge. So you would need essentially a license for each. Important thing to note with that, though, is that with Personal Trainer Portal, it's simply a one-time fee and then a small annual maintenance fee just for data storage and things of that nature. So we do try to keep the cost low, and you won't have to worry about any additional yearly charges above and beyond a small annual maintenance fee.
All right. I actually have a couple of questions for Andy, but I just want to reiterate that now is the time to get your questions in if you have any. But in the meantime, I just wanted to ask you, is PTP mainly for facilities with trainers, or is it also applicable to those facilities without trainers?
Yeah, great question. So the important thing to note with Personal Trainer Portal is that the name can be slightly deceiving. It really is a product that can match any of your unique needs. So this could be for a staffed or even unstaffed facility altogether, because what this product allows you to do is send out digital assignments to members. So you could potentially outsource this to a trainer that doesn't even work directly in your facility, who could create virtual trainings or new member orientations for everyone to complete. This is one of those big ways that this product can help you to boost revenue by allowing you to have virtual assignments and maybe a tier of training above and beyond your standard membership, even if you don't have personal trainers at your facility.
Great. And just to note, a virtual but personalized experience can be more appealing to certain members who may be hesitant to participate in those more traditional personal training sessions. So like Andy said, a great way to boost revenue for your facility. Also, like you said, personal training, are there other ways to use this digital product, like small group training and large group training?
Yeah, of course. And so that was sort of what I looked at when we went through the new assignment piece. So you'll notice as we go through the new assignment that you're able to drag it for a single person, sort of that one-on-one training feel. You can drag it for a few, or you can drag it for many. And so by doing so, you're able to create that one-on-one training. You're able to create that one-to-few or that one-to-many. On top of that, you can also put up and go through an actual workout of the day type functionality. So this is something that we are currently in development on and will be releasing soon, which will be another additional tier for potential revenue by allowing you to create workouts of the day for your members to actually complete. Great question.
All right, and we actually have another question from Aaron Davies, and he's asking, can you edit a workout, customize the settings once it has already been assigned? For example, when you were reading feedback, the user suggested the leg press was too easy, but had 2 more workouts incomplete at the same level. Can you, as a trainer, then edit the already assigned exercises?
Yeah, great question, Aaron. So once you've assigned it out, if the member has completed it, you probably wouldn't want to make an edit to that current assignment just because you'd be sort of taking away what they've already completed out. You could see, though, that when the member puts in that feedback and puts what they did, you can easily see what you assigned versus what they did. Now, you could go into an assignment, let's say you created a series of 3 assignments. Feel free to go into those future assignments, take a look at it, and make updates as needed. So you can change any assignment that is still yet to come. You technically could change even that one that they've already completed. I would just recommend leaving the one that's already been done. That way you don't overwrite any of the results that they've already put in place. Great question, Aaron.
All right, I am not seeing any other questions, and I don't have any more for you either. So as you guys can see, Andy's contact information is at the bottom of the current screen. We encourage you to reach out. If you have any further questions, he'd be more than happy to work with you. With that, I'm just going to say thank you so much, Andy, for your time, and thank you for everybody for joining us today. And again, the link will be sent to you of this presentation so you can access any of this information when it's convenient for you. All right, thanks, Andy.
Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.